Welcome everybody to the Onward VR Master League Season 11, Week 13. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I'm joined by nobody. We're going to be bringing you today a high-tier VRML matchup. Frankly, the highest tier there can be. Ranked 1 worldwide versus ranked 3 worldwide. I think they're second in EU, so technically ranks 1 and 2 in EU battling it out here today. And, you know, not necessarily a lot of pressure on these teams, considering that they are most likely guaranteed their position to move on into the finals. But it does matter for seeding and where they'll be ending up, what group they'll be in for that postseason tournament, as we do split those 8 teams into 2 groups. And I really do just want to see how these teams square up. I don't know if we'll see any unique plays here today. I would be surprised, really, if we did, because they don't, again, need to bring them out. But we should see some good bit of back and forth, a good, solid matchup here of 2 top teams. And I guess, really, I just don't know what to expect. Dead Logic can't afford, really. Well, I guess they can. Their MMR puts them in a pretty comfortable position. If they do lose heavily here to beginners, it will push them down in MMR. But I don't know if it'll push them far enough. When you look at the top 8 right now, the lowest it goes is 1250, the highest it goes is 1310, and that is a big discrepancy in matchmaking ratings. So we'll see. We'll see what happens again at the end of these final few weeks of the season. The ladder is going to be shifting up substantially. My eyes are more driven down into the ranked 15 to 7th mark, but obviously a lot of folks interested in seeing what these 2 EU teams are bringing to the table, and obviously, you know, maybe even a preview into what could be an EU-centric finals. You know, if both beginners and Dead Logic move on to the postseason tournament and then win out in their groups, they very well could be facing off again at some point in the postseason tournament. So it is a bit of a insight, if you will, into what these teams are going to be bringing against each other, maybe what we can expect when the prizing comes on the line and we get down to those final weekends of season 13, or season 11, excuse me, week 13. Take a quick look at the pick bans for the day. You have Quest being banned by beginners, USS Quest being banned by beginners, and Quarantine being banned by Dead Logic. An interesting choice there from the beginners end to ban Quest. I think it is a ban on a weakness. I'm looking at their stats. USS Quest, I don't know, 67% win rate. You know, when you look at their win percentage, it is higher. It is, you know, I guess right along with the rest of their 60% win rates, which is just crazy. But yeah, interesting to see that banned out. Maybe you just don't want to go with the option of the unknown. You know, USS Quest certainly has that variety, and these teams scrim against each other a lot, so beginners maybe understanding that Dead Logic have been playing USS Quest well, so that one's off the table. Quarantine, a smart ban onto beginners, but it does leave them with some range options, and they have some good shooters on their roster. Map number 1 is going to be a close quarters battle, though. We are going to be headed to Suburbia to kick off this series, and this is beginner's map pick, which is important to remember. I think that's I feel like oftentimes us on the analyst desk have sort of, you know, at least early on in the seasons, maybe season as late as season 8, we would say that beginners specialize more in the mid to longer range maps. They're good at surrounding their objective and closing in. But they've continuously gotten better and better at Suburbia, and they've never really been bad at it. But it's not been a map they would pick consistently, but now they're picking in to Suburbia here to start this off, and it's an interesting choice from them. I don't think I've ever seen them start off a series with a Suburbia pick. So we'll see how it goes for them. Again, it should be exciting at the very least. This map's been a lot of fun to watch lately. A couple of the new objectives offer a nice bit of variety in the play style on the map, and I really hope we do get one or two of those new objectives. I think there's only 2, so would love to see one of those get thrown out here today, but we are kicking it off in the garage. Pretty standard stuff. Dead Logic, if anything, getting their first objective on defense, certainly lending itself to that Volk side. So we'll see. We'll see if Suburbia is the ticket for beginners, or if Dead Logic can trade their way through Volk rounds. Map number 1 starts now. Round 1 begins. Let's dive into the action.
Cardboard, they also, in games they also played like cardboard.
Yeah. I'll delay my thing so we don't win up.
The past smiles.
I'll slightly delay.
Getting a bit of insight there. Teams doing their homework. Watching the VODs. Analyzing how they play. Noah taking a risky position out there and just suppressing in the 2-story, preventing the entry from this lane. Woods isn't going to take it. Woods is positioned around on the edge here with his teammate Paz pushing in, taking control of the playground. If anything, Snow has deterred entry from that lane, but it might not have ever even been in the plan, as everyone's just getting set up. So we have to keep an eye on Smoils as well as he begins to advance pretty far forward, throwing out some pre-fire around the corner. I don't know if he was targeting Furious there, but Furious is certainly aware of Smoils. At least Smoils has a quick rotation around. I think Furious heard those footsteps, so you can see him dial it in here. Smoils looking for the crack there, and he sees it. Catches out Furious. A great pickoff to kick things off. A C4 detonation does get Smoils, but catches out one of their own through the window. Nice frag to confirm. Can't get res, and that's some high-level play we're seeing here. The unfortunate team kill there on that C4 detonation, but the C4 planted there for that exact situation nonetheless. Furious Resible over on APC side. I don't know if they're going to be able to pick that up, and so for now, we're into a 4v3.
I'm still checking lane 1.
Good info there, Furious Daddy. You know, even though down, has a great bit of a radar there. As soon as Strayjack decides to kick out to the edge, he can call that out.
Pyro.
Smoke's starting to come in here. Beginners maybe starting their plan. Woods on the corner, sees Snow throw out some suppressive fire as he's shifted down into the bottom floor. But a smoke and a flash come out through center, and those don't do much. Meanwhile, a lot of utility getting utilized here in through the center. Chick able to deny Killinger entry up through the stairs. Paz maybe going to be next. The angle there from Strayjack trying to get Cat. in the corner. Can't quite catch him. Pauses. Going to push up the stairs. Chick finds another double kill for him as he shuts down entry here into this 3-story, and that's going to be a wrench in the beginner's plans as they get cut down into a 2v2. Chick dives down as well. Past Stragic's cover, looks for Woods through the wall. Stragic finally finds the kill, and now it's all down to Cookie Noob in the 2-story. Goes right where both of them are, but Woods finds the shots over the sandbags. Beginners scrape it away with their Marsoc round, but just barely. A near hold from Chicks in center doesn't pay off. Does get 3, though, and he'll be the only one that finds any kills. That allows Beginners to advance up 1-0 on their map pick. Got the votes going out. See what the chat, where they're putting their faith. Where the percentages lie. Taking a look at the connoisseur votes on this one today. What do we got? What are people thinking on this? What's the pulse the community saying here? Beginners, heavily favored. Heavily favored here, 37-10. Again, looking at the discrepancy in rating here, I saw in chat this is a battle for first. I wonder if they're close enough, or if they win this match. Yeah, it would be, because it's first and second, in EU at least. It's a battle for first. And it could swing worldwide, if I think about it, because there is a substantial gain here for Dead Logic if they can win in rank. If Beginners win, it really just kind of secures them that first position, that first place spot, nearly guarantees it on the EU side. But if Dead Logic can win here, there's some serious potential for a big shift in MMR, and yeah, maybe an opportunity for them to push up into first. Still have 2 weeks to hold that position after this, but we'll see. Snowa pushing forward here. Killinger watching for toes underneath the pump V. As long as Snowa doesn't expose himself to it, he'll stay safe. Nade comes in. Good read there from Snow. IDs it in the air and is able to drop off in time. Could give him an idea of Killinger's position, but Killinger pops up, barrel turn, catches their suppressive fire specialist. That's a good frag toss, doesn't go far enough. Would have been perfectly placed if it had just gone a foot higher. Keep an eye on Killinger's position here. So the defense set up on the porch. Furious Daddy and Smoils do trade on the back corner there. Woods is going to swing around. Flashes come up and over to deny vision, and Killinger should be able to pick this up uncontested. The question is Furious Daddy going to get picked up here? Oh no, a nade is going to come in. That goes just a bit wide. Novius is there. Gets scared away from the nade. The confirm shots are coming in. They're not tagging Daddy just yet.
I don't see the body to confirm. I don't see him.
And Novius is actually shifted over. Gets the rest. He pops up. There's the confirm. This is information now for Smoils. There's another here. Novius pops up and is able to get the refrag. The rest of the push slowly working their way in from the other side as Woods goes down to rotation. Novius able to catch out another. Have to keep our eyes onto this side. Unexpected double kill there. The push also coming in Again, from Chicken Cookie Noobs, just circumnavigating Stragic and Pause in through the center here. Keep an eye on Novius and what his plans are. So it looks like he's dropping back, so we'll shift over to the advanced positioning here. Chick catches Strazak through the window. Double window kill there. Be looking for Pause next through this one. Nice C4 placement there. Catches out one. Pause is going to go for that confirm, and that's going to cost him as Novius sets off on a perfectly timed rotation. He does get the pickup. So Rez not available, but we're into a 1v2. As I say that, Cookie Noob gets overzealous. Killinger catches him. I think he was trying to follow his smoke and didn't go fast enough. Now as Killinger rotates for a heavy flank, definitely putting the objective at risk, trusting in his kill count very much so, and he's looking for this final frag onto Novius. He knows he's in center house based off of the information in the shots. If Novius drops back here, he's at risk. Killinger IDs, takes shots, misses through the wood. The flash? No, a nade. It's out and over. Both players rotating around. That is a flash, and that catches out Killinger. Maybe it doesn't actually. I think it actually flashed above the awning. Novius continues on the rotation. Wood clomping there. That deters Novius again from continuing the push. He's going for a wide swing back to the other side. Maybe looking for some utility to throw back towards Killinger's direction. We're into a bit of a ring around the rosy scenario here. Killinger does dip into the backside, and he knows he has to be looking here for Novius. Novius ducks down just at the right time, and Killinger is on the hunt here, and he can't find him. Novius pops up. They both surprise each other, and Killinger wins in the trade. And Novius not expecting Killinger to be where he was. Wow, beginner's luck out with that round. Absolutely. I guess Dead Logic nearly pulling it back there. A good bit of refragging to come in from Novius. Some huge pickups on the edge. The double there really turning things around. You can see 4 kills for him. Same for Chick. Sir Cookie Noob, Snow-O, and Furious have not come online just yet. And maybe if they can start finding their shots, Dead Logic can put a few rounds on the board. We'll see if that's what it takes, or maybe Chick and Novius can continue to do the most damage and get Dead Logic at least around here. Shift objectives to a new OBJ, which is what I was hoping to see. Curious how both of these teams defend and attack this objective. Pushed up over to the Humvee in the corner by the burning truck. Offers up some options for very fast early picks, but also almost a retake style defense that we saw yesterday on venues. So we'll see. Again, I'm curious what these 1 and 2 EU teams are going to be doing here on this OBJ, and a great learning experience for anybody that's tuning in and maybe wants to get an idea of how to defend and attack. As we hop into our next round, round number 3. Let's hear what the comms have to say.
Game on. True.
We need to make sure they
His
don't go
bushes.
right that way. That's the only objective.
Serious, don't die. Kill them all.
I know you do it.
If you hear people on lane 1, just spray,
Oh my goodness, an early shot from Woods. He catches out the quick spawn from the 2-story. A devastating start for a Dead Logic. Beginners get exactly what they want. They catch off Dead Logic Novius able to find a nade there on the Smoils. That's big. That's going to shut down the middle entry and maybe open up an opportunity for them to get aggressive through carport if they desire. Both Novius and Chick. You're not so confident in pushing up. C4 is going to come out there. It's a good C4 toss. It's a fantastic one. It gets IC Woods down.
He's in lane 2. He's peeking lane 2 itself. Put a frag in there. He moved out of lane 2 towards lane 3.
Good comms from Woods. IDs where Novius' position is, and those comms provide Killinger with a quick shot and a quick frag. Picks up that kill, and Dead Logic cut down to 2. Or 3, excuse me.
Do we know whether anyone pushed the lane 1 at the start? Beta 3, Aircos 3. We lost one lane 4, yeah. I mean, we killed one and lost one.
We'll trade there on the edge. Pulls down the player base to just 5 left on the battlefield. We'll see what Dead Logic can do with their 2s, but Woods has utility available, and so maybe they can plan something. 2 smokes actually available to him here.
Roger.
The real beauty of VR. Can't do it in any other game.
Like at least one was,
I suppose you could, but it looks a little bit more janky.
Killinger
Killinger holding the long angle here, just making sure Chick doesn't swing out, but Chick is tucked in, holding objective. He's going to wait for a committed angle. They're going to have to push out at least down the lane he's covered, and if they don't push that lane, he'll hear the audio comms coming in from behind the bush. So a very solid spot for him to be. The other angle is Cookie Noob, and I think he's watching this opposite side here. Yeah, he is looking towards Woods and these smokes, but there is a lot of the smokes. Yeah, we're seeing all of that utility picked up, being dumped here onto this street to allow for this cross, and Killinger and Woods should be able to make this without Cookie Noob being able to ID anything here.
I'm over. I don't want to deal with Viper boxes.
No, I'm gonna push this side.
Looks like the dead body in their spawn. Roger, there's a dead body in their spawn.
Information given away there. Cookie Noob now guaranteed that they're around this corner. Just playing it patiently, waiting for them to push into his view. And I don't actually know if he knows Killinger is here. He hears these shots, but Killinger just around the corner. I don't think Killinger's going to be ready for Cookie Noob. He does look. They both trade headshots apiece. That's going to be an instant kill, and so we're going to have to shift our attention over to Chick, who goes down to the likes of Strajek as he pushes in. Beginners catch another round with 2 left alive. There's the KDs. Sir Cookie Noob and Furious Daddy did come online there, but still wasn't enough. Beginners running away with their map pick here. 3-0 on Suburbia. Looking good and practiced, I think is the best way to say that on this map. And we'll see. We'll see exactly what this final round brings. Dead Logic on the back foot here. And, you know, with this objective, again, both these teams, top squads, curious to see if they can run it back, so to speak. Maybe a cap opportunity will present itself if they can get the right sort of picks. I don't know what Beginner's setup is going to look like at all here. And so I can tell you one thing, a cap is going to be challenging. Beginners are not going to leave very many gaps in their coverage. Dead Logic certainly didn't, and it was a challenging role for Beginners, a challenging round for Beginners to get there. So we'll see as we dive in to what could be map point. Round number 4 here. Beginners playing well to start this off. That early kill really kicking off that last round. Dead Logic not going to have that opportunity as they get a longer spawn, but it does put them right into Playground if they so choose. I think this is going to be a patient rollout from Dead Logic. They've taken control of the center house, invested 3 here. Snow actually catches one out from the 2-story. That is a huge pick. He has to get the confirm, though. I just don't know if he'll be able to get that as Woods does push up and get that res. He does take some shots to the back, though. Novius peeks out and catches the angle. At least able to get that full kill there. Killinger's spot is... Takes some shots up into the 2-story window, just suppressive, and well, beginner's on the back foot at least. But look at how much look at how heavily invested they are in defending this objective. Killinger, Paz, Smoils, all pushed up here. Strayjack denies the flank, and they are positioned well to defend against this attack. It's really going to come down to a matter of who kills who and who the gun battles, how those prevail. I don't know if that C4 was intended there, but also one on top of Smoils. Maybe if Smoils goes down, it gets detonated. Little peek up over the fence there, trying to catch out Killinger if he's holding. Smokes are coming in, though. Smoil's position is going to be dangerous. They don't deny this. It's going to be bad news. We'll see. Suppressive fire there to support Cookie Noobs slowly pushing up. I like Killinger's position. It's a bit off meta. Well, I guess everything here is off meta. This objective certainly new to this map, but nope, more picks going in onto the east. Novius is going to try and push around and actually does successfully flank. He's on the back side here. He's ID'd Smoils on the patio, and he's trying to find the angle, but he can't quite get it.
Lane 1 house, I mean. On their side.
Strayjack's still holding here, and so we're into a 2v3 on objective when Strayjack invested in defending the flank. More utility getting thrown here, and it's really just Cookie and Snow trying to assess where this dang defense is. Killinger's on a bit of a rotation around, and if he pops up, Cookie Noob's dialed in there. Shots do come in, those miss. Through the shrubs do tag Killinger, but they don't successfully kill him. Wow, and just the smoke denying vision there. Cookie's position given away. Push has to come in from Novius as well, just to draw the attention, and that's what's happening. The swing there from Killinger. He goes down. In the meantime, the push coming in on the other side. Strayjack and Novius. As Strayjack swings off, he's going to have to drop off of that position. Snow catches out Paz on objective. Defense is dead, so Strayjack has to commit to this defense. A battle on the backside as Smoils tries to come in for the flank. Snow finds that kill, and Strayjack's the last one to defend. Dead Logic's trying to hang on here as Strayjack continues to apply pressure. Snow, is he ready for it? No, he's not. Strayjack goes down. Novius now into a 1v1 as he pushes up towards objective. It's not done yet. He's got his pad out, and Strayjack IDs him there. Doesn't land the shots, just misses over the shoulder. Strayjack pushes out to the middle, and there's the kill. Novius finds it. Dead Logic. Woo. Managed to push that one back 7-3 for Novius here on the round. 3-1. And I'm going to have to calm it down just a bit because this is only map 1 We have this matchup this afternoon and another high-tier NA matchup later today. Kai versus Mayhem. That should be pretty exciting. Mayhem really been fluctuating heavily on the ranks. I think they dropped down to 14th at one point, and now they're 6th, at least in NA. Maybe I'm hold on. 10th. Yeah, they've gone up. They are dipping all over the place, but a huge game for Kai as they've bumped up to 9th worldwide. So that win yesterday was so huge. It put them in such a good position now where they can compete for the top 8 in these final weeks. It's going to be a hype matchup for sure. That's at 6 p.m. PST. But, geez, Dead Logic fighting back here, not giving up. We go to a old objective, but one that is equally as crazy, I would say. Burning building for, again, what could be map point. Beginners going on the offense. And, man, what a fun map 1 this has been to tune into. We'll see what Dead Logic are going to be doing on defense here. I wonder if they'll try and get aggressive, invest in an early push out into playground. Pop into the comms and listen in and see exactly what beginners are going to do on their tech.
More ready. I think more ready. Spot.
We're going to see some early fights here. Pause, Killinger. Nowo getting aggressive. He gets tagged multiple times. Maybe body armor equipped there, but doesn't go down to the initial shots. A nade was coming in, and that's why Pause was able to take those shots. He had his hands full with no rifle. Chick gets scooped up in carport. That's bad news for Dead Logic. They've lost their essentially on-objective defense, and now it's up to Cookie Noob Daddy and Novius, who do have eyes on, but definitely don't want a cap to come through here, and I wonder if they're going to eventually shift off. The utility getting dumped in here from beginners. Nades, flashes. Just trying to catch anyone out over in that lane, and no one's there. Novius nearly goes down to some pre-fire from Smoils through the wood. Tries to toss a nade, and that doesn't go where they need it to, and Novius really in a tough spot. He's got multiple folks looking on this bottom floor. Getting up onto that second definitely makes it safer, and maybe he can find some kills there. Smoils tries to get a nade into the window. That actually would have been tossed right into the window, into the doorway with the angle it had. Just was a bit high, so it would have probably caught Novius out. But, geez, the utility dump here from beginners definitely on the hunt for these nade kills.
One is in playground on top of the slide.
I am surprised how much Novius is running around here. With where Smoils is, and he knows Smoils is there. He knows the playground position. Certainly risky to be peeking, but I guess he's safe in this on this stair to this point, so he can kind of rotate a little bit. Put variety in his position.
One on lane 1. Another one on, I don't know, lane 3 somewhere.
Spawn on Central still. Central might be like round.
A lot of info though that Novius is getting, and he has to convey that. He's ID'd Pause on the slide. He's ID'd Killinger through the center. Smoils on the west side. So a lot of information for Cookie Noob and Daddy to work off of, and unfortunately Furious goes down. Novius catches Killinger and himself in a C4, and Woods finds the shots through the 2-story. What could have been a 5-1 there, as they were setting up for the cap, instead ends in 4-1, but ends in beginners locking in map number 1, and a commanding lead for them. Really well executed, prepared for the new objectives. What you'd expect out of that beginners team. Doing their research, you know, relaying information they've gleaned from watching footage. It's it's everything you expect out of a very high-level team, and Dead Logic doing their best to battle it back. I mean, really giving beginners a hard time at every step of the way. There was a lot of 1-2 rounds there where there was only 1 or 2 left alive for beginners at the end. So, you know, again, hats off to them as well for how well they performed on that map pick. And Dead Logic, diving into their map choice for number 2, decide close quarters is their best bet against this team, and Cargo is where we're headed. Hey, maybe they've got some plans here. Maybe, again, these teams play a lot. They scrimmage a lot. There's a lot of history here, and so this very well could just be a map that Dead Logic have historically performed better on, and we'll see. You know, beginners, I think the advantage they've, well, not advantage, but one thing that they definitely utilized well on Suburbia was the pre-fire, shooting through the shrubs, through the wood, catching, I think, 2 to 3 kills that way. But also a lot of nades coming in. Here, nades certainly are as an incredibly effective tool, but I think they're, I don't even know if more coverage is even the right term. Well-placed nades go a long way here, so we'll see. I don't really think Dead Logic are entirely safe on defense from the wrath of the beginners nade throwing, and man, they have been looking good. Those nades have been looking good today. C4 tosses coming in well from Dead Logic as well. That one, I mean, both teams 1 and 2 in EU for a reason, and man, we could see a reverse sweep here on map 2. Dead Logic very well could come out 4-1 here with how these teams are set up and how good they can perform. I'm not going to put that away out of mind at all. Again, because how close each round was for beginners, if it just shifts a little bit into the Dead Logic hands here, yeah, I think we are going to see, well, I don't think we're going to see, but we could see a reverse sweep on this second map. Beginners are a team I don't think I've seen often lose map 2. If they're going to lose a map, it's the first one. They may not come out the gate as strong, but they came out the gate strong on Suburbia, prepared and accurate, and they can just keep that momentum onto Cargo. I don't know how this will go for DL. We'll see. We will certainly see, as we are patiently waiting for the 5th of Dead Logic. Maybe a sub, maybe a tech issue. Looking over onto beginners, I believe they've brought in Rafael for beginners. Raph. I don't think he was there on Suburbia. And, you know, obviously a talking point that I always bring up whenever we see that happen is the power of having a strong sub roster. You have certain players that excel at certain maps. You can pull out your weakest link and put in a strong one. Reinforce that chain so that when it comes time, you can all be strong together as a team. And beginners certainly practice all of their subs. I know Dead Logic do too, and I don't know, again, maybe we'll see that sub come in here. We're just waiting for the 5th to pop in for DL, and we will be underway. I'm going to quickly check my info. Not seeing an official timeout coming through. Again, looking for any info, and yeah, no official timeout coming through here, so should be into the action shortly. Let me just hang out here as we wait for that 5th to pop in and get underway. I know I just talked about it, but again, there's more action later tonight, so be sure to be following this channel and twitch.tv/VR Master League. It's where we do broadcast our weekend matches to venues, and also to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. A different channel, because it is unmonetized. We need that in order to go to all of those different platforms, and so we only do it twice a weekend or twice a week, 2 times on the weekend. We had one earlier on Saturday, and it was an exciting matchup with Kai coming out on top. And now we'll see if Kai can run it back again for another one. Bit of a doubleheader for them, and a huge doubleheader for them this week. So should be fun one to tune into against Mayhem, a team that has been fluctuating on how competitive they can be any given day. But I mean, hey, it's hard to stay at the top for 15 weeks of regular gameplay. I can't blame any team for dipping out of that top position. Beginners are really a powerhouse of a team, and that they have consistently... I don't know if I've ever seen beginners out of the top 5, maybe even the top 3 worldwide when they have played. They are the strongest EU team, arguably. We'll see if Dead Logic can put a round up. But, I mean, they won 4-1 on their map pick for a reason. It's because they are so good. And for DL to even take a round like they did, should be something for them to be happy with and, again, maybe work with going forward. Maybe because they managed to take that one round, they said, well, close quarters is working at least a little bit. So they pushed it to Cargo. We're going to cut to an intermission, save the voice. Still waiting on the 5th. I think we might be into an official timeout at this point, so don't go anywhere. Map 2, what could be Series Decider, coming up in just a few minutes.
VRware. Our passion is for the
Thank you all for patiently waiting with our brief intermission. I think we have all tech issues sorted and should be hopping into the action.
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Lots of smokes getting dumped out on defense from beginners, and we'll see what Dead Logic are going to do on the attack, but they seem pretty lighthearted. Looking forward to this, and geez, beginners throwing out an aggressive defensive setup. Raph finds one, the smokes are applied, and the push is coming in. Pause trades. Woods is continuing to push forward here. Another goes down in through the center. The res comes through, and Raph dives forward to the crates on the corner. Pause and Woods are continuing to commit to this push, and the cross has been identified. Dead Logic trying to dip off and react to this. Pause goes down to Snow, a good switch there. Woods able to tuck back in, and the aggressive rollout for beginners, a good try, but it hasn't quite fully been executed yet. Not done. As Woods comes out, finds one, finds two. Can he get the third? He can. That's the success that they're looking for, beginners. Man. Was looking like Dead Logic had weathered the storm, but the pressure kept coming. And what a exciting map, too, here to kick this off. Beginners throwing everything at them on defense, nonetheless, after a nice 6-minute pause. Really showing that they are not going to let that pause in between maps throw them off. And, geez, just riding the momentum off of a successful 4-1, committing heavily to that aggression and not pulling off. If they had dipped back and gone in the defensive, which I thought was happening, Dead Logic had an opportunity to regroup, maybe even get a res and gather themselves, but the pressure was non-stop. They did not back off of that commitment to the aggressive defense, and I love to see that. I was not anticipating a variety of plays here today, as again, they don't need to bring out these plays, but I suppose it's now as good as time as any to try out some of these new methods if they work, and beginners definitely trying out a new defensive rollout there. Heavy smokes on both lanes to deny identification of those crosses early, and it paid off at the start and pays off at the end. Round number 2 underway. Let's see how Dead Logic.
I think that's why.
It's all your fault, chicken.
Yes.
The blame is on you.
Indeed, it was.
It's all on you. It's all
Blaming
on me.
Chick.
Put a whole bin of
But still, again, lighthearted, not too down after that aggressive rollout. And maybe they're going to try an aggressive rollout of their own. Look at the suppressive fire coming in here. And they're sprinting up forward off of it. Raph has dove up to an initial position here, but oh, it's a bit of a pause. Suppressive fire came through. Raph does find Snow through the smoke with that nade. A great toss there. He gets that confirm, and now he can start to apply pressure. Chick and Cookie Noob are essentially trapped as they have to deal with so many here. Look at a swing there from Chick. Does get one. A very nice rotation. He may be able to catch Woods out, but he doesn't as he drops back off of that forward spot. Raph finds Chick. The aggressor pushes out. Cookie Noob still in an advanced position, and a risky one at that. A well-tossed nade through the doorway ends his life. There it is. He tries to tuck it back behind the crate. Can't get it in time. He's dead. And now beginners are looking good on this advance. Where are the final 2 defenders? They're tucked in onto the wrong lane. Novius and Furious Daddy. Novius does have vision onto a key cross and can essentially cover the whole objective from this doorway. And so I actually do like the setup now that I think about it. Novius has good eyes. Furious is watching Novius's back, making sure he doesn't get shot or is flanked from the rear. And this is a great duo setup for this objective. I just wonder if it'll be enough. Novius has to find those kills. Beginners known for flanking multiple angles too, so it's really going to take a dual effort.
I need you on the right. They're gonna go into the building and camp. I can't hold that back.
Have a rotation. Furious drops off. Covers the opposite side. Oh, and I just don't know if that's the needed choice. They really had a good setup there. If anything, I feel like Furious may be exposing himself to a potential pick. Especially with that kind of swing. He's lucky Raph doesn't attack him through the gap in the door there. Raph quickly backs off and Furious rotates out. Here come the nades. Heavy smoke application, and Raph gets caught out with a nice aggressive swing from Furious. Tucks himself in between the crates. A position I've seen more and more of lately, and it's a good one at that. Woods does an ID barrel there. He gets spotted by Spoils, though. It's up to Novius. That's a good flash. That's going to catch out Killinger and Spoils. Spoils has to drop off. Novius can relocate. He can catch Woods, but he misses the shots just over the shoulder, and Woods finds the kill. Beginners come out on top. What was looking like a near 1v4 comeback for Novius doesn't get strung together the way he was hoping. And Beginners continue to push out in this series. 6-1 total on points. Shift over to another old objective. There is one new OBJ on Suburbia. Yes, and it's a little bit more forward over in between these crates, I think. Would love to see that one get picked up. Curious how beginners in Dead Logic would play that, but do go to an old familiar spot, and just because it's familiar doesn't mean beginners won't play it unorthodox. We saw that rollout on defense. That was something I've never seen from them, and that paid off. And if you're Dead Logic, I almost wonder if maybe you go with a passive offensive rollout here. Just play it conservatively. Avoid the threat that could be presented by beginners and pop in and see what their plan is.
Yeah, but building 3 can kill me if I do fast killing there. I'll try to. I'm not refiring shit.
Wow, Woods catches Novius out right away. Smoke supplied for the cross. Aggression's coming in. Nothing going to be ready for it. Dillinger swings wide. Chick goes down. Paz continues to apply the aggression. He's now behind. Cookie Noob. Cookie's down. Novius is dead. Snowlo's pumping out suppressive fire. And he's the only one left alive. Check your tablet, Snow. You'll realize it is not a friendly behind you. Spoils save Snow's life. The knife was coming, and Smoils absolutely saves Snow with a nice shot to his teammate. Paz is applying the pressure. Snow, yeah. He checked his tablet, realized that he is the last one alive. But he's in a 1v3, and that's not insurmountable, especially with how they're attacking him. Paz committing to a 1v1 moment here, and Snow could find this kill. I actually almost wonder if Paz is just going to sit here and defend. Just wait for Snow to push out. I think this is probably the most forward defensive angle you could possibly hold. Smoke. Gets him away from an angle for now, but Paz should hear all of this, and he is so far forward. I almost wonder if his flashlight's giving him away. I don't think Snow sees that. I think that light really shows. Maybe it does. Does seem to be wary of the threat. He does take a quick peek. Paz is shifted. Snow is going to come back around, and he does get rid of Paz. It's now a 1v2. Smoils is looking for an angle underneath, but I don't think he'll see it because of that dead body denying vision, although it'll be not for him that he sees that. Ooh, that's a good nade. Is that a good nade? Oh, wow. Almost catches Smoils as Smoils swings inside. Just barely dodges that. Snow hasn't given up yet, and he should not. He's into the 1v2, and he's going to get some more utility. Minutes left on the clock. A lot of time for Snow to work with, and if I've seen 1v5s, it's basically only on cargo. Very rarely do you see them anywhere else, and they can happen. So Snow is not out of this. He's really only into a 1v3 at that. But either way, well, 1v2 now, obviously, but we'll see. We'll see. He's got tons and tons of angles to check to push forward here. He's got to worry about advanced positions, standard positions. You can see him scanning all of these corners. Yep, he's looking for that crate spot, which is not held now. Smoils does take some shots there, but I wonder at what. Maybe the barrel of Snow. Woods peeks out. He goes down. That's another kill, and Just needs one more to get Dead Logic on the board. The 1v3 comeback could be put on here. It was a 1v4, but it was the team kill from Smoils to lock that one in. The flash comes out and over. That doesn't catch Smoils out. Smoils continues to apply pressure off of it, and Snowo not ready for Smoils on the tight lane. Beginners with one left alive, again, take the round. It seems like Dead Logic have pushed a ton of rounds to 1v1s or 2v1s, and they just can't get that final kill. Beginners 7 total to 1 of DLs, and it's just crazy to think, because of how close the series has been, that is the scoreline. And I do like what Beginners are doing here. They're committing to this aggressive defensive style. If they can win this round, it's really like it's giving information to the opponent, but it's almost like, I wouldn't say like counter information, but it's just another thing that teams have to worry about now. It's another thing that squads will pay attention to if Beginners pick into cargo, or someone picks into cargo against Beginners. And that's a real powerful threat to have. You can force teams to start off on Marsoc against you, essentially playing passive. You can then play a passive defense and really ruin the timing of a Marsoc squad simply because of you having the option to play fast, because teams have to be aware of the threat that's prevalent there in playing quick. And yeah, a great series so far here from Beginners. They have put out some great plays and at the same time hid their hand, so to speak, for what we could be seeing in the finals. And if this is what we see in the finals, DL certainly have, I don't even know, a lot of work to do, just a little bit. I mean, dang, they are close on these rounds. They're truly demonstrating as a team that they are very skilled. For how they're able to refrag and battle back against Beginners like they're making this series very difficult. It's just, again, Beginners continuing to execute on those final moments, and you know, it puts DL in a tough spot momentum-wise, that's for dang sure. 3-1 here on map 2, series on the line. Looks like we have some tech difficulties. I just realized that. Let me sort these out. Thank you all for hanging out this afternoon and tuning into this high-tier EU battle. It has been a good one so far, and I really do appreciate you all tuning in. Again, let me just sort out these tech issues, and we should be diving into, again, what could be map points, series points for Beginners. Oh, apologies on the misgender of Snow there. I'd try to go with they, them, just to, in general, because the beauty of VR is that you never truly know who is in the headset, and allows you to be who you want to be. So, my apologies there. I need to be doing that. But yeah, Snow doing great there to nearly bring that back. Yeah, I was saying he wasn't. Apologies again for that. Into the series we go. Everything seems to be sorted. Oh, I thought we were starting the round. There we go. Beginners on the attack. Dead Logic defending. Beginners just a round away.
Yeah, it was fixed.
Smokes.
NightFiree, you're an
Just-
idiot.
Oh, is it 3-0? I think it's 3-0.
Smokes,
pretty good
smokes, I can't throw them. Smokes, smokes,
Sorry.
please, smokes, big fucking smoke.
Smalls.
Smoke on the ground.
I had the score right. No, it was. I don't know. I think it was 3-0. Yeah, either way, the push coming in here, and a lot of kills on the kill feed coming through for Dead Logic. Beginners absolutely getting shut down. Pause pushes out and finds one. Cookie Noob's down. The confirm comes through. The kill can't get found there. Snow swings around behind Pause. He finds that kill. Smoils gonna look for the refrag on the chick up through Diamond, but can't find it, and DL put one on the board. I'll adjust the scores here. That is the true score line. The score line bugged. That's why we switched. I got it. That's why we switched lobbies. I was wondering what happened there. Everything solved on the score front there. I guess in the end of the day, it was 3-1. I was right on my scoring. But a solid hold from DL, and Beginners trying the aggression again, and that time it gets shut down. Finally, Dead Logic doing good to react, and wow. Okay. Go back to...
Victory chase, what the fuck? Because they reset,
I think we play... I think we... For this next round, we will let a team win. I'll fix the scores again. And then it'll be 3-1 on a new objective. So I don't think they want to play the objective again. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Yeah. So, again, just bear with us as we sort out these tech difficulties. Thank you for bearing with me as I sort out my own. And, we should be into our next series soon enough. Killinger wins the knife trade. Kills himself. Okay. On to a new objective we go. And it is a new one. It is not a old OBJ. It is going to be the back of cargo. Okay, I need to also... They're swapping sides. All right. I think I got it all sorted. I think we have worked through the tech issue that we had that last round where a random point was allocated to the score line and changed the objective. So we didn't get to play, for those that are confused still, this is what happened. We didn't get to play the MARSOC side of that objective because the round bugged and gave the point to MARSOC. That's why the score line changed to 3-1 and why I initially thought the score was 3-1 because I was not paying attention. We then remade the lobby, played out that MARSOC round. The score then officially was 3-1 as Dead Logic won their defensive round. And now we switch objectives. Beginners should be on the defense here, but because of the way things worked, we had to swap sides, switch teams, and now everything is in order, as it should be, like nothing ever happened. 3-1, Dead Logic trying to run this map back, and Killinger pushing forward with Raft to get aggressive on defense yet again, but not finding kills this time. Woods getting really aggressive on the edge, has caught one from Furious Daddy. They have to be ready for him here. Cookie Noob is looking onto this side. Killinger's pushing in. The flank from the back end catches one. Chick switches back to this, defend this flank. And geez, beginners are just applying the pressure heavily onto DL. Novius finds the refrag. Snowo trying to shut down Raph. We're into a 2v2. And these two just hucking utility at each other. Now Smoils left alone. Chaos. Oh, I also apologize on the predictions. I did not get map 2's predictions out. And we're not going to start it now. Into a 1v2, though. The res coming in there. Onto Snowo. Novius able to rotate all the way around now.
Do you want Canada on our body here?
Yeah, we're just going to keep our eye on Smoils. He's holding a key angle. You have to commit and cross this angle. Keep popping into that dang crate. You have to commit and cross this angle. In order to get to this objective. Smoils could also alternatively be in those tucked in behind these barrels. Holds the same angle and is as effective. It is a great last stand position to be in, but it is risky, as players do often check it when they push up through the middle, and it is commonly checked when you do push up from this side, which is what Snovius and Snow are setting up to do. What a great toss from Novius to catch Smoils out. To my point, a good frag can also do the deed. Dead Logic, hang on, push against that beginner's aggression, and maybe they can tie this up 3 apiece. They're not out of this series just yet. Quick shout out to those that are throwing in their subs and follows. I see Sniper Synth's following and dropping a 1-month sub. Really appreciate that support. Also, Fluxa joining the squad and hitting that follow button. I mean, we hit 3,000 followers last week, and we are already almost up to 3,100, surging forward with new people coming in. I love to see it. Thank you so much for spreading the news and you know, retweeting whenever we go live, telling your friends to come tune in and watch you play. It really helps grow the league and the community, and again, I really appreciate everybody that continues to stop in and hang out and watch these matchups with me or whoever's casting on these channels. I really do appreciate you know, again, that continued support from all of you. So I suppose in this brief downtime, a quick shout out to you, but back into the action we go. Round number 6 begins.
It's only 5 meters because tracking is not as good yet.
Great line there from Novius, catches the cross. The suppressive fire sent out there in hopes to deter Angles from being held against that cross, but Novius was tucked in so tight. Patience here is really what's being tested by Dead Logic. Beginners do a good job of testing your patience on offense. And simply because it's the way they strategize. I mean, they're a team that has so many tools in their toolbox. They can play fast, they can play slow. They're very comfortable playing down to the last 30 seconds. A strategy they mastered throughout the course of several seasons in the VRML. But as of late, they become a team that's powerful in the quick and fast as well, and it just makes them a very well-rounded threat and a hard team to battle up against. Woods there, catching Novius with a great nade toss. You add on to that all of these great nades that have come in from all of these players, and I mean both teams really, and it is really a great demonstration of top-tier Onward. I mean, these are 1 and 2 EU, 1 and 3 worldwide, and you really don't get a better demonstration of just perfection, really. I mean, these I feel like I've seen maybe 3 missed nades. Everything else has at least hit a target at some point. It's just really impressive to see how accurate they can be. Woods finds an angle there onto Cookie. Raph confirms that. They have control of center now and have tied this up for a piece, but control of center doesn't exactly get you everything you need to push this objective. No smokes onto that angle allows Snowo to catch another. He's been doing very well this series so far. A key element to Dead Logic staying in this. And with this objective in particular, you really do need utility. I don't know if just the guns are going to get you what you need, and to that point, I think they should have some utility left. I haven't seen a lot of smokes, flashes, or nades come out of the Marsoc side just yet. Serious moves from Pause. Maybe a bit out of sync.
Movement here in the middle. Maybe it's us. I don't know.
Okay, let's pyro. Go, pyro.
Interesting to see, though, this shift out of beginners. They played so aggressive the start of this map, and it worked out. Now as they go and shift to this slower pace, it maybe almost feels like something that Dead Logic are more prepared for. They played them so much. They know that the timing is going to be coming in here off of this smoke. The double there up through the center shuts down that initial push. Shake is here, but Raph finds the kill. Furious Daddy has to pick up this 1v1, or Raph could come out on top here, and he does in the trade. Beginners take the map in the series 4-2. Dead Logic nearly hang on to it, with Novius putting up 5-1 in these last few rounds. But it is not enough in the end of the day, and I don't really like seeing it, but trades, I mean, it's what happens in the 1v1s, so you know, it's just a matter of the fact that we saw so many 1v1s in this series. That's why we've seen so many trades, I think. And wow, Beginners doing well to battle back onto that one. That was looking like Dead Logic with at least that map pushing it to 3-3, or that round pushing it to 3-3, but they just couldn't get it together in the end. The execution of the three-man team pays off. It gets them the kills they need and the trades they need, and Beginners with a solid, I mean, really commanding performance here in these first two maps. They go to their third map pick. I don't know where it's going to take us just yet, but I'm sure they want to lock in this series confidently. Maybe they're thinking they should have left USS Quest on the table with how good all these close quarters series have been going. That would have been another tight map they could have gone to, but it's not on the table, as they have banned it out, and so we'll see where map 3 takes us just yet. We always obviously play it out despite the series being locked in. The points won in a map still matter. So if Dead Logic can get a third map here and reverse the scoreline 4-1, they can certainly close that gap in points and really limit the blow to their MMR. They're not in a safe space. You know, if they lose a few rounds in these last few weeks, they are going to potentially dip out of that top 8 or top 7, and it's the last thing you want when you're down into these late weeks of the season. Weeks 13, 14, and 15 left in season 11, and Suburbia for map number 3. Those who maybe have heard the loading scene. Suburbia. Subway. Both have Subway. And sticking to the theme of close quarters makes sense. You know, Beginners doing well on Suburbia, Cargo, and now we'll see how they do on Subway. But again, it's information for enemy teams that just, I think, is like, it's counter info. It's like Beginners, they're strong on range. They have good strats on defense, on downfall. They have good offensive strats to encroach around objectives, and they can play certain objectives fast. So the ranged is a powerful place for them. They banned Quarantine against Beginners because they know that even there, with that kind of range, Beginners do well. But now Beginners have shown that against Dead Logic, they can perform on Suburbia and Cargo. And now they're going to potentially show they can perform on Subway. And it just, again, when you go up against them, it makes you scratch your head and think, well, what the heck do we do? 60% win rate is their lowest win rate on any map. You can't pick into a weakness against this team. Every map you choose, they're going to have strats on that they're confident in. And, you know, again, just I guess outlining the task that Dead Logic had ahead of them today. It is not easy to beat this team, and they put out a good effort. Again, I cannot say that they didn't look good here today. They had some great high-level plays that got them kills, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough kills, and not counting them out for this third map. We are seeing subs come in. Oaks being brought in for DL. Strayjack was still there. Raf still here. So no subs for beginners, but DL are bringing in Oaks, and something I always do like to see as well, you know, bringing in that sub after a series has been lost or won, and that it is essentially a place you can comfortably bring them in. The pressure not as high onto that individual. It's a great place that they can practice with the team. So, you know, again, not necessarily a place to practice, and so I'm not even saying that they are practicing Oaks here. Maybe Oaks is the specialist for Subway, and so we'll see. Dead Logic kicking it off. Downstairs objective, one of the most capable ones at basement, so not capable. Sorry, I was thinking Mirrell. See what they do though as we pop into the action. Map 3 kicking off.
That's the one spot I don't like.
Over to Oaks, getting aggressive here to push up, and a lot of utility getting thrown. Strayjack commits forward. There's nades inside here, and those nades don't detonate. Strayjack able to find the kill, drop off. They take control of basements. They can now advance forward here. The next task. Oh no, team kills. Next task is to rid Key Noob of his defensive position and try and clear out what could be a bevy of potential C4 placement positions in the darkness. You can see he's got one prepped and ready as well, so it's somewhere. I'm just going to have to find it, or defuse it by tossing a nade into this hallway and blowing it up. So options are available, but this is where beginners are focusing their attention. This basement heavily held here, all three watching this angle.
I see a C4, or maybe it's a flashlight with a gun with a full shot. Never mind, it was just a listing on the top of the box.
Not sure what Paz saw there. Calling out a flashlight that I don't see on my screen at least, but maybe there is a pistol with a flashlight there on the corner. Trying to check if anyone's holding a long angle down that lane. In the meantime, the rest of offense has worked their way up through the stairwell and are starting to creep and peek out onto this top floor. We've got Raf taking control of the stairwell, and we've already seen one attempted a team kill today. Hopefully we don't see a second, or this round. Hopefully we don't see a second here. As Raf does start to push out, Killinger and Woods may be wary of that spot, but shouldn't be. Cookie Noob tosses a nade, catches one in the basement. Tries to go for the confirm, but Strajjak's there to put shots out. Novius is on the corner, though. Great reinforcement. That's what the teamwork you need looks like right there. If you can't get him with one, get him with two. The res comes through, and they shut down that basement entry. It's now all up to this top floor. All up to Killinger and this trio on how they execute their entry down the stairs.
Sorry. Nobody's here, I can't see it.
One of them by the south double door, double down door.
Interesting rotation from Killinger
Like
here.
he killed the boss in Strategic though, so he's somewhere around. He might also flank from Coke or something. 1 minute 50.
Oh, if
We're not
I
charging
think, oh, the reason he's doing this is to get up onto this level without having to push up in through the train area. You can see Wood's just proving that there's no real danger to doing that, but either way, Killinger takes the safe way all the way around, really clearing out this top floor. Meanwhile, basement defense set up and ready. That stairwell covered. Novius watching his. Cookie still watching the basement, but no one's going to be coming there. They have an accurate kill count, so they know they're 4v3.
50 seconds.
Do you have pyro? I see.
I have.
Yes.
Let's do it, let's do it.
Pre-frag, yo, pre-frag for C4.
Yeah. I just,
I've got it.
I'll talk about it later. The push going to be coming in here from the trio. That's a great nade.
Hey, 30 seconds. Throw it.
Timer there. Indicating time to throw. Furious comes up, finds one, finds two, can't get the third. Killinger's going to continue to apply the pressure. No, drops back for the res. 20 seconds left. They're both going to have to sprint down here and get the double kill. Novius finds one, gets the second. Good shutdown from him, utilizing the cement bench to his advantage. You see the bullets there, soaking up some rounds. Dead Logic put one on the board and take the lead for the first time in this whole series, 1-0. I was laughing there at the 40-second mark because I did realize that Smoils was not in the roster. So they had brought in a sub onto beginner side. I said that they hadn't. Oh, man. Whoa. Is there no more missing cat poster? What is my life? Cat, help me out. Where's the missing cat? Moils is missing. We need the poster up. It's not even up there. Well, I don't know what to tell you, people. There's... Did it move? There's no way I can find it. See, Smoils, I'm not the only one that stopped looking for you, okay? Got to.
Like I see can't do it because he needs to yeah. Southstairs.
Got it. Yeah, suppose you do the same.
So what on the roof, and second anyone comes out of there, I'll pop it.
Worst case scenario will be a decoy, so I'll know that they're there.
It's fine.
B4 placement coming out from Strajak. Be tossing a pretty standard spot. And he'll just be waiting to ID or listen for anybody coming up these stairs. So, yeah, Furious is full sprinting up here. This is an easy C4 detonation. Not identified on the roof yet. Maybe they'll wait for more to come up here. I'm not sure, but that C4 is just waiting to go off. There it goes. Furious downed.
Stairs, don't come for me now. He's on the south stairs, just waiting for the rest.
Understood.
Snowo and Oaks. A great smoke there from Snowo. Nicely tossed. Shuts down vision from Strayjack. Furious calling it out as well. So a good bit of teamwork to get that res.
Can you put me a syringe?
Furious also dipping back in.
Thanks.
Here it is.
Thanks.
And then the syringe to Snow to heal up. So we're going to have to shift our attention to the basement where the rest of this push is being applied. Cookie Noob, Novius, Oaks, all down here. I don't think there was a C4 placed into the basement, so it is just going to be Raph covering. They've got that pistol with the flashlight there. M203 smoke comes out, but it's a bit too deep. Allows for Raph to continue to peek in front of it. Jack denies Furious Daddy entry up top. And Raph really has the big task here. Raph and Pause. A good double coverage from both sides. Nades come in. Raph has dropped back as he sees the pressure applied to the corner. He knows that these utility are going to come. And there they are, both flashed. Cookie Noob is in. Pop up and find that kill. Paz is going to apply his pressure. Cookie turns and gets the double. The confirm there from Novius, and they have lost control of basement defense. You can see the shift come through. Strayjack pushes down the stairs. Killinger as well. Woods still holding up top. Especially a 2v2 here as Snow is going to come in to reinforce.
Dos. Upstairs.
To a bit of a bind, though. I'm wondering why the commitment to the defense here. I mean, they are really making sure that no one's going to come in from this top floor. And I guess, again, it's because it's a versatile position, right? You can defend both the basement and that top floor, so puts you in a bit of a double spot, aggressive defensive spot up top, but a little bit lacking here on the bottom. You have to pick out and look, and Novius, Oaks, both there to catch that swing. Now Woods is up next on the Pez dispenser of a stairwell here. It's a great toss to flash out Oaks and buys a little time. It's really up to Dead Logic here. They've got the favorable position. Just a matter of utility use and what they have. And I actually like this setup. Woods watching the top, making sure no one's going to come up that stairwell and try and flank. And also Killinger watching downstairs here, holding the objective. They know that all three are here based off of the kill count. Flash comes in. I don't know. It seems that may have caught Killinger. Novius gets set up into a great spot now. Incredibly hard for Killinger to properly defend. That nade does go, but doesn't go far enough. Woods peeks out. A couple of clicks on the guns, both out of ammo. Woods gets a double. We're into a 1v1. Oh my goodness. Flash comes out, doesn't go far enough. Snowo gets the trade. This time it goes into the favor of Dead Logic. Snowo finds the kill first onto the corner. DL up 2-0 on map number 2, beginner's map pick. A lot of chat was saying this is going to be Downfall, this is going to be Bazaar. No one's thinking it would be Subway, and I think that's, well, maybe because what we're seeing here, Dead Logic have got a nice 2-0 lead. We do shift to a new OBJ for our second objective of Subway, and ooh, anything is possible here. Dead Logic has to defend first, and so maybe a comeback opportunity for beginners to push out and get a cap on a fresh OBJ space. Really do appreciate you all tuning in here for this afternoon matchup. Again, a quick reminder, we have another game later tonight, 6 p.m. PST, a tie-tier NA battle, Kai versus Mayhem. Kai on a serious upswing right now. They had a huge win yesterday against Silent Purge, a big challenge for them, that an opportunity that doesn't get presented very often, and they seized it. They now are in a position where if they can win, they might move up into the top 7 in these final weeks, and so a huge weekend for this Kai team, and gonna be a fun matchup to tune into later tonight. So highly recommend you stop by there. That will be over on twitch.tv/VR Master League, not here on Onward_VRML. So be sure to go over there and give that channel a follow, and be tuning in later tonight for more VRML action. But for now, we got the action right here, right now. Round number 3 kicking off. We go to a new OBJ, and beginners get the fast spawn.
Confirm him.
Done.
Cookie Noob also up here. Tries to detonate a C4 by tucking in behind the pillar, but not tucked in enough. C4 catches him on the elbow. He goes down. A free kill for beginners. They have 2 down here now, and the weak spots certainly exposed. We'll see if the rest of the squad filters down, or if they continue to attempt to surround. No flank coming in from the south, and so it's going to come down to how Novius, Oaks, and Snowo defend this objective push. A lot of suppressive fire and nades, really clearing out this whole lane and corner, as you have to do. There can be a lot of defensive positions to set up in. Paws and Woods are essentially in position. They're waiting for the rest of the team to get set up. Killinger, Raffalo clearing out this corner here, and with control of this lane, they now have a straight access to objective. Novius is covering on the corner and does detonate a nade and C4 combo. No one goes down with that, though.
One in the garbage can and one around the corner.
And they both know where each other are. Novius' position known. Raph and Killinger's known as well. Novius going to redirect that smoke. Turn it into a bit of a defensive one. Keep an eye on the other lane. Oaks prone, waiting for the push to come through from Paws and Woods, but not executed on just yet. It's all about timing with this team, and I'm surprised again that no one's committed to that south flank to come up the stairwells as well, so they could hit it from all 3 angles. But they are investing in that flank. You can see way over there, Strayjack still holding, making sure no one's going to come up behind him, because that's the real detriment to this beginner setup. They're all waiting, holding these angles, and if anyone were to come up from the back, it would be death to this offense. So is what they're doing. Pause reinforcing now. They still don't have their fifth. Strajack actually has now finally committed off of holding the flank. Could be reinforcing the team soon, and the push should be coming in shortly. This is a textbook beginners executed offensive play, waiting till the last 2 minutes to push through. They catch out on objective defense. Novius goes dead at a trade, and they don't even need the full team here to push in. Beginners put them up on the board. They don't let DL run away with this one just yet. And maybe mounting the comeback here. Beginners can lock in a nice defensive round here. We're tied up at the same capacity. If Dead Logic can string together a solid push, maybe map 1 can go into their hands. Not counting out that option just yet with how well DL have played today. We'll see. Give credit where credit's due. Kevin said he said Subway when I said no one said Subway, so my apologies, Kevin. Do some quick skateboarding here. Bend it. Brief pause here as we are sorting out the roster for DL. Hopefully a quick tech issue and not too long. Dead Logic definitely with a little momentum going here in this final map, and you don't want that to cool off. Even though beginners did win that last round, they still were looking so good at the start here of this map, and if they can just revisit that energy there in those first 2 rounds, I think they can take map 2 or map 3 pretty strongly. It's, I guess, really just a matter of where we go with the objectives and how prepared they are. I do wonder what Dead Logic's attack strategy will be with this OBJ. Hopefully we won't have to go anywhere. We can get into this action soon, but time permits, we may have to cut to a brief intermission. Which I think is what we are going to do. Should be quick, probably 2 or 3 minutes. Hopefully we'll get the 5th back in and DL can kick off round number 4. They're doing well. And they may be able to take a 3rd map. Don't go anywhere. The action will continue in just a few minutes. "30 seconds, more like." Did I say a few minutes? I meant a few seconds. Back into the action. A quick pause. Thank you for bearing with us.
More gaming. Schedule of that after. You will not do the schedule of that after this game.
No.
I'm going. Oh, this is not a good spot.
I'm going upstairs.
Going up with Furious.
Committing.
I'm committing the sex alley. That's what we are committing.
15-7, 30-22, 15-7, 30-22, 15-7.
Now they know we don't have the quick spawn, which is
Yeah, and you can hear the comms there. Information is conveyed simply by not seeing anything. Killinger is able to push up this far, and by doing so, he knows that they have that slower spawn, and now he's set himself up into a very late angle. He's going to wait for this team to commit to this push before he peeks out to get the kills. If there's not proper utility dispersed into this corner, it could be bad news, but I do anticipate that they will at least be somewhat ready for the threat here. They're just patiently waiting for Killinger there to ID anything, but the whole push is from DL has
Relax, man.
shifted their side.
Why did you? Why?
I don't know. Chicken is on some fucking adrenaline pills. Jesus Christ.
It's called not adrenaline, it's that other thing.
What, fucking cocaine?
No.
Some interesting shots there from Chick. Shot at his teammates. We always talk about it. The pressure definitely gets to you sometimes, and DL is potentially going to be coming out with a cap push, I would think, here. But geez, look at how this defense is just set up. They are in so many different nooks and crannies. Actually thinking the push that they have planned is probably the best route to take. If they can get Raff and Woods, it's a huge rotation commitment from this defense to get back here. Shot taken there. Maybe he thought that brick was a C4. Lots of different angles they gotta check here. Different C4 placements they have to be wary of. I don't know if Raff is holding a Klecker, though. He's not. I don't even know if a C4 is here. Really just Woods and Raff here on this corner. Maybe comes out. Nicely cooked, but catches nothing. Novius tries to toss a nade of his own, but bounces that off his wall. That doesn't go where he wants. Raff should at least get one here. Does throw a good nade. That does get Raff out. Now they have control of this lane. Pod's going to shift back. The smoke there to deny him. Where did that smoke go? I don't know where that M203 went. That's a great nade toss, though. That nade catches out, too. That shuts down this Dead Logic push. What a great denial down this lane. Up to the duo. That's a good toss. That's a great toss. That's going to catch out Pause. Another counter. Gets Cookie Noob out on the flash. Dillinger is going to get the res. Woods pops out to suppress as it comes through. Still no real rotations to reinforce, but they don't need it. They're covering their other angles, making sure that that push isn't coming in from multiple sides. They don't know that there's 3 dead here in this lane. Quick check of time. 36 seconds on the clock. Push has to come in. I think Paz flashed himself there. Oaks gets caught. Paz goes down. Cookie's gonna look for the next kill. Strayjak gets scooped up. Tries to get the tablet out. Smart move, as he thought that those were the only two left, but everyone had reinforced with only 20 seconds. Everyone of beginners was around objective. They managed to hold with only 2 left alive. Yet again, DL bringing it close, but not close enough. 2-2 in map 3. Good as time as any to shout out our sponsors. You can see them ticking there this whole time next to me on our scoreboard scene, but they come together to offer what is the largest cash prize pool we've ever had for any Onward VRML season. $10,000 in cash, another $4K in hardware to total for $14,000 in prizing for this season. That gets dispersed to first, second, and third accordingly. So there's a lot that's getting put out on the line here for this season. A lot to compete for. And when you talk about first place here in the league, first place puts you into a group that some may argue could be easier. I don't really know in the top 8 if any group is going to be easy. But, you know, it's a matter of seeding. And so beginners competing well, not anymore. They've locked in essentially their first place position worldwide. Dead Logic now are just battling to not drop too much in MMR. They want to be able to compete in that postseason tournament. They're gonna have to win to do that. They're gonna have to at least get some points here on this map to minimize the damage done. And you saw a C4 placement there, really nicely tucked in to this corner here. That'll detonate and catch out anyone trying to commit to a push-up. But beginners have got the fast spawn. I'm going to cut to gameplay as we're already getting near the action. We'll recover that C4 placement as well, since you probably didn't see it well.
He's close. He's close. He's close. You got him. You got him.
Great comms from Raf. Allow Pause to hold the tight angle and catch out the peak.
We'll have another one.
Rest of the squad getting ready to set up. They're going to have to go past this C4 place in the corner. Or at least defuse it. That nade doesn't catch it. Just has to hold on to it a little longer. A good flash comes up and over. His own nade will actually also not detonate it. It's just going to come down to playing that C4 right, and they could catch 2 here. It's all coming down to this south side. No one investing in a north swing. That's a fast flash tossed by Killinger, and an even faster push. What a great toss from him to allow for that push to be executed on. Now the C4 doesn't get detonated. More utility comes out, but everyone tucks in. The nade deters the push from Chick. Beginners are paused for a moment, but they have so much time to push forward here with 3:30 left.
There's one on the corner, main alley, at the end of the north alley.
have to pop over to the other side. Paz and Raph crashing down onto Furious. Smokes are out. And the push is being applied onto both sides. Furious does swing out and catch one. Commits to Raph and gets the double. He's down. That eliminates that threat. But opens up an angle that has to be covered. Oaks switches around there to make sure no one's pushing in. And it leaves Chick alone to cover this 1v3. Trade there. Killinger up next. Oaks relocating, making sure no one is trying to cap. He actually commits to the aggression by swinging wide. Killinger and Strajak both not holding angles there to deter that. And 2 minutes now. 2 left alive for beginners. I wonder if there's thinking cap here or not. Strajak, I wonder if he's going to commit to that rotation. Because if he goes to the other side, maybe he can draw Oaks' attention enough that Killinger can slow walk up to the corner and cap. Oaks has to keep doing that. He has to keep peeking that corner. If Strajak can pull Oaks from being able to peek that corner, there's a route for a cap, but I don't think they're splitting off, and they're probably going to commit to trying to get these kills. As I say that, they are both dropping back. Let's go over there and see what they're chatting about.
Let's push. Let's push there. And I'm gonna push main on it.
Copy.
0-0-3.
Copy.
Okay.
The plan hatched. We'll see how it's executed. They are deciding to split. 0-3, I don't know what that means. Teams have codes for different things. Maybe named for a play, who knows? They both seem to be on the same page, and they are pushing in. Killinger here on the corner. Oaks is checking. Strajak's dropped down there. He catches out Oaks. Doesn't catch out Oaks. Oaks finds one. Killinger continues to swing, though, and that's the pinch that gets them the dub. Push up 3-2 now, beginners. Coming up onto series point. Well, so they've already locked in the series. I suppose map 3 point. And now at this point, beginners are really guaranteeing themselves a nice, their first place position. Dead Logic, on the other hand, certainly going to get hit from this. This is not going to impact their MMR in a good way, and they are going to be dipping down in the worldwide ranking. How much really depends on what we see throughout the rest of this weekend, today, and obviously the final 2 weeks of the season. Kai, like I've said, are playing later tonight. They're a potential threat to Dead Logic now. They're in third. They're dripping down into the 4th, 5th place range. Kai pushing up. I mean, it's crazy to see how much these ranks are fluctuating. Mayhem was like 14th the other day, and now they're 10th. The top 15 is a wild space, and I don't know what to expect out of matches anymore when we tune into those. And so later today should be hype, but this matchup certainly was a fun one to tune into, and a great learning experience for any new players or players that maybe wanted to hone in their skill set, kind of figure out what top teams are doing and try and practice those strategies, because believe me, these teams have done their due diligence on making sure that these strats are practiced. On we go to what could be map point. Dead Logic on the attack and beginners on the defense. The fast spawn not going to be utilized here by Dead Logic, only investing Furious up the stairwell. Raph there to counter any very heavy aggression. It's not applied. Strajak also here. And this beginner's defense very much set up to shut down anyone pushing these stairs. They're definitely not ready for Furious. And the over-aggression biting them in the butt. Raph able to catch the refrag, and a very important one at that. Now that that's done, we shift our attention here to the duo pushing up through the stairwell. It will be a threat soon. Everybody else taking their time. Chick might run into something. I don't know if anyone's really committing to checking the stair there. Keep our attention split for now between these two. Novius and Cookie pushing up on the west side. Rajak now covering that, and Raf covering Chick's advance. He's in a common position, Strajak, though, so... And in a position that was defended by this team last round, so I anticipate them to sort of at least check this. The smoke coming out there is an indicator for Strajak. M203 launched there. I think was meant to catch him out, but I didn't see any detonation. I think that's just a bug. More utility getting thrown up, and that's a good flash onto Strajak. Forces him to tuck into the corner, but they don't push off of it. That's a great nade toss there. Strajak goes down. Gets the confirm as well. On the other end, Oaks got shot in the north, so a 1-to-1 trade puts us into that 3-3. Irez certainly not coming in. Stick finds Woods with the nade into the corner. Beginner is losing their on-objective defense. Oaks gets confirmed. The push is continuing here as Schick is there onto the corner. He gets the confirm on to Woods. Raph finds the refrag. They're into a 2v2 now as Cookie Noob and Novius trying to duo up and push through here. They're going to go up against Pause with a very tight angle onto that corner.
Beta 2 Echo 3.
And just concentrate over there.
Minute 50 on the clock. Cookie Noob and Novius just waiting, buying their time. They don't need to push in or rush this. Making sure nobody's rotating. Cookie's watching for that angle that Raph could peek. That's a pretty good flash. Dips quick past the tight angle that Pause was holding. Exposes Pause's angle.
Left side behind the middle building thingy.
Raph also taking a gander, and both of them holding the angles they need to hold. What this series has been. These two teams so close in skill level. They know how to battle, hold lines, and how to communicate. As soon as Pause takes those shots, Novius pushes up. That's a good flash up and over. That's going to catch out both of them. Minute left. That's going to buy time, so cuts down the initial set of aggression. Raph has to push after Pause going down. Novius and Cookie catch around and hang on to the series. DL's not out of this yet, as they do at least want to get a third map. See if they can do that. We're all tied up 3 apiece here in map number 3. And again, truly, this is what this whole series has been. Dead Logic capable of taking this 3-3 every map, but not able to execute in those final moments. And Well, it's gonna see. We'll see now if DL can execute in those final moments. We're gonna have a downstairs, upstairs objective. This one very capable, but I doubt beginners have cap on their mind. Although I would say that in some cases capping this objective is easier than rooting out every potential defensive position that a player can be in.
But it's funny because it's at some point it says Spaghetti Mafia, and every time it says that, I laugh. It's a funny song.
Your mag is broken. Your mag is broken, folks.
No, your gun is broken.
Reload. Oh
Is it too
no.
late to give up? Is it too late to give up?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Your mag is broken.
Some tech issues setting off things for DL. And suppressive fire coming in from Woods, denying any aggressive send out to the basement here. Have to commit to defending this stairwell pretty heavily, really, because if you do lose this stairwell, the objective becomes incredibly hard to properly defend. We're gonna look at the rest of this defensive setup. We're gonna have to zip over here to Cookie Noob, who's gonna run into action soon. C4 detonates, catches Raph, but Strajak advanced up along the other side and catches out him on the corner. The res comes through. It's a 1 for 0. Oaks now has to... Oh, can't. He's underground. What is he doing down there? Defending from a potential basement entry that's not coming through just yet. Could see if Killinger and Woods advance around to that basement side, but... Look up there from Furious onto the stairwell.
-1 on overpass.
And if we can hear Killinger, they can hear Killinger, so... certainly being heard by teams.
If I die. Yes, alright.
Good luck.
What did I tell you?
I think he put a C4
That's
on
some
himself.
good stuff, okay. Right, then there should be 3 downstairs. Everybody always follows Killinger.
I mean,
It's just mind game after mind game. Novius here with the nade. Tosses it onto the corner. That shuts down Killinger from pushing up any further. But he didn't have time to cook it. Killinger comes in for a second with the flash, and Novius is there to get that kill. Woods is lasered into the corner. He's looking for the refrag.
you cheeky man. I know what you did there. Oh, I know what I run back. So, 3 left, 3. 1 overpass.
Who's still top of coke machine stairs in the tunnel area?
Woods now is going to be making that basement exit, and maybe this position will finally pay off from Oaks. He's been down here a while. Flexing those shots. Woods goes down. Beginners left with Strajak in pause and 1 Resible IC Woods in the basement. Not exactly a ton of options for them as they're both here. Oh no. Oh dear. A tough round for beginners there, but a good one for Dead Logic as they lock in a map here and take away the 3rd one from beginners. That in itself an achievement for this Dead Logic team that they should be happy with after this series, after losing. Definitely evening the odds there a good bit, and it's hey, what a great series to tune in here today. You know, I had a good time, that's for sure. Shout out to everyone that was tuning in today. Please hit that follow button if you haven't. And a reminder, again, another matchup later tonight, 6 p.m. PST at twitch.tv/VRMasterLeague. Be sure to stop into that one. Another high-tier NA matchup I do not want to miss. I was shouting out the sponsors. I just talked about the prizing, but you've seen them take on the side here. B-Haptics, Cyber Shoes, ProTube VR, VR Wear, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, HyperX Gaming, all coming together. Asterion as well, all coming together to offer that $14,000 total prize pool for this championship this season. Going to be super fun to watch that postseason. It kicks off April 7th. Season ends the 1st. So you're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you mark it down in your calendar. The next few weekends of April are going to be all Onward postseason, and it's going to be super fun. So be sure to drop in for that. I will be heading out, though. That will be it for me. My name is Ben NightFiree with 2 E's. Thank you so much for tuning in today and catching the action. I'll see you all later tonight. Till then, stay classy.